Yo, what's going on, everybody? We're back with another video today, man. We're gonna be putting every diamond starting pitcher into a tier list. I know that Christy Mathewson, or whatever his name is in the BR program. He's being released today as this video is going out, but this was filmed before he was out. I saw him on Twitter, but I don't know his stats, so he's not involved. Anyways, let's get into it. First one, Randy Johnson, S tier, no doubt about it. The next one that we have is Mike Mussina. I'm probably putting him in B just to give you guys a little more information, as we're gonna probably put Chris Sale in A. I know he's not out in the game, but we see his stats. His stats are really good, but he only has 4 pitches. I think if he had 5, he'd be S tier. It's probably A tier, and that's if, I guess, assuming if he were in today's game. It's very possible, but by the time he comes out in 3 weeks, he's B tier. Maybe even C tier. He's probably a B tier. Basically, the way I'm ranking these guys is how comfortable do I feel against you at the plate and how comfortable do I feel pitching you. So that's pretty much how it goes. And I think a lot of these guys are B tier. I'm not really good with Mike Mussina. And I've actually lit up Mike Mussina a couple times. So that's why I think he's B tier, and I think he's bottom of B tier. Here's the thing with Robbie Ray. Looks good. He has 59 home run per 9. You're going to give up home runs left and right. It's just bound to happen. You're just gonna do it. Now we got Tom Glavin. I think Tom Glavin probably is an A with all these cards. I haven't pitched it with all of these cards. I haven't even hit against all these cards. So a lot of it was just me looking at stats and kind of depending. I really like Jared Weaver. I think Jared Weaver is honestly a really solid pitcher. I think Roy Halladay is a solid pitcher. I think Roy Halladay is clearly better than Mike Mussina. I think all these guys are clearly better. Ohtani, as a pitcher wise, he's probably a B, but because he can hit, I'm gonna move him up to A. DeGrom, I haven't seen a lot of DeGrom. With him not having outlier this year, he's probably the top of B, possibly maybe working to A. I don't know, because it's still DeGrom, but I haven't really seen DeGrom this year. I think Carrasco's a C. I think Cliff Lee, maybe you could put him at a B. I think he's pretty close to being a C here. Obviously, this is my opinion. If you guys disagree, that's totally fine. We can all have different opinions, and you can comment what you would have changed too. Only thing really that I ask is just be respectful in the comments. The reason it gets interesting is because Tom Seaver is one of those guys who throws slow, and when you throw slow, it can affect some people really bad. For example, Juan could be an S tier pitcher against some people. I don't know how to be patient enough to sit on really slow pitches. But in general, and I think Tom Seaver kind of has some slower things. Hopefully I'm not mistaking him with someone else. So I'm gonna put him at the bottom of B. Richard has outliers, so he's going there. Yeah, you're going in B. Kershaw, you're also going in B. Dallas Keuchel, I'm sorry, he's S tier. He's S tier. He's S tier. I feel more comfortable with Keuchel than I do with the rest of these guys on the mound. Really good. David Price, get there. Again, with him, I'm gonna put him in B for sure. Juan, if you play a certain person, like I said, this dude could throw you a perfect game. He could throw you a perfect game against certain people. It's just how it is. Also, I'm taking in consideration that these guys are going to be on Legend against some people who are making the World Series, or you're in the 700 to 800 range, right? Is kind of what I'm thinking. There are God Squads hitting. Where are they going to be placed? I think he's B. I think Vida's B. I think Kluber's C for me. I pitched with Kluber and he got absolutely lit up, so I just had a bad experience, so that's why. I think he's C. I think Martin Perez can maybe be B. I like Bumgarner. I think Bumgarner's B, but I think Bumgarner, he might not be better than Mussina. I think he might be better than Juan, though. For me, he's been pretty good. Richard's pretty good, too. Cole Hamels, I think we're at C. Kyle Wright, I'll put him at B. Al Leiter, for me, has gotten lit up, and I've lit him up, so he's going there. Edward Cabrera at a B. I mean, I haven't really pitched with him or against him, but I'm going to put him in B. He seems okay. I think Don Sutton goes here. Taliesin, he's got good stuff, but he has like 59 like K per 9, so I'm gonna put him in C. You're in C. Honestly, Manoah at the beginning of the game was a good pitcher. If I see him now, I'm crushing you, so you're there. Same with Pedro, same with Casey, same with Stroman, same with Max Scherzer. Now, I know some people are gonna say you cannot be putting Corbin in BP. Corbin is amazing for me. Corbin has a 5 ERA for me. Multiple videos on here of me putting up 6, 7, 8 runs on Legend against Corbin Burns. So I'm not going to put him in BP, but he's C for me. A lot of the community loves Corbin Burns. Corbin C for me. That's just how it is. Maybe the thought on him has changed a little bit, and maybe Corbin isn't so much a high tier pitcher, but yeah, for me, man, he's basically BP. I mean, Garrett Cole's the same thing. I've pitched 8 innings with him. I have an 18 ERA, and again, every single time I see Garrett Cole, it's lights out for me. I mean, I'm just absolutely destroying my opponent. So I'm actually leaving him in BP also because I don't really like him in real life. So when I say I don't really like him in real life, I mean, that's why he's staying in BP and Corbin Burns is going up to C. All right. I like Corbin Burns a little bit, so he can be in C. Garrett Cole stays in BP. Realistically, should Garrett Cole probably be C? Probably, but it's tough for him. Pablo's a B pitcher. Nolan Ryan, I haven't really seen Nolan Ryan. I feel like there's a reason for it. He's going there. I mean, Kershaw's just there. I mean, Greg Maddux is there. Johnny Cueto's there. Ohtani, I think this Ohtani's pretty bad, but he can hit, so he's not BP completely. This Randy Johnson's actually pretty good. He's there, Syndergaard there. I mean, a lot of these guys are just going here. I mean, he's probably BP. Let's be real. I think Roy Halladay's BP. I think he's BP. Like that specific cards, we'll give him BP. I'll move some more of these guys to BP. Like Fergie Jenkins, honestly, he's probably BP. Strasburg's probably BP. But let's just take this. This top row is basically C. Everybody else is pretty much BP. I'm sorry, they just are. He's actually decent. He's a decent, so we'll put him there. I don't even really know. BP. I mean, Sale, I mean, he's got a weird windup, so maybe there, but realistically not. He can go there. BP, he can go there. I mean, BP, he can go there. He's okay. BP, and then maybe at the top of BP. All right, so I've gone back. I reorganized the tier list. These guys, these are the top 3 pitchers in the game, in my personal opinion. The 3 that I struggle against the most, and the 3 that I pitch with the best. I guess I haven't really pitched with Randy Johnson, but it's Randy Johnson. Like, he's the best pitcher in the game. A tier. Again, I think Ohtani's B tier, but because he can hit, we move him to A. Even from the bottom, I mean, Pablo, I honestly have some troubles against Pablo every once in a while. I do. There's still a difference between these like bottom guys to these top guys. There is. And now everybody we have in C tier, I feel like I should crush them, but if I don't, it's not the craziest thing because they either have good stats, good pitch selection, or something like that. The reason I moved so many people in the BP, I had Herman Marquez in C tier. If I see Herman Marquez, I'm thinking I should put up 25 runs on this dude. No offense, Scherzer. I've seen you pitch. I've crushed you, all right? I feel like this Ohtani card's so bad at pitching, it doesn't make up for his hitting. Unless he hits 2 to 3 home runs, but he doesn't have good contact. Is he going to be able to do that on the high levels? Probably not. If I go into a game and I see someone pitching live series Chris Sale and I don't score 6 runs on him, I'm going to feel bad. Realistically, he might be BP, but I think with his pitching, and I'll be like, okay, I think he's kind of like a little surprise guy, right? You might think, yo, what about Logan Webb? He has good pitch selection. So I think what hurts these 4 guys is we've seen them since the beginning of the game and they were pitched heavily. So now I just know how their pitches look. So because I've seen them so often, it's kind of like you drop down a tier because I think now I'm just more used to you. For example, with that, since I've never seen a Herman Marquez, it might be possible that Herman Marquez pitches against me in one game and he does really, really well. I don't think it's going to take many games for me to get used to him. I think this is a decent list. Let me know your opinions down in the comments. I'm really interested to hear, like, what are your guys' opinions between S and B tier? These, like, any of these guys should jump up or any of these guys should easily jump down to C or BP. I'll just say I feel C and BP are very interchangeable. If you think someone's BP but he should jump up all the way to B tier, then I'm interested. You know, I'm interested in why you think that, but I just want to say I think BP and C, a lot of these guys are so close that I'm like, okay, I just picked and choose a few more people to go in BP. And again, if you think some of these C tier guys should be B or A, let me know, man. Let me know. So anyways, guys, hope you guys enjoyed that video. I want to do a tier list on like every position. So we did starting pitchers, we did the future stars earlier, but then I want to do catcher, first base, second base, yada. You know what I'm saying? All the way through that. And so yeah, I'll see you guys next time. All right, peace.